Hello and welcome to the next part of the pbirdman challenge mod. In this part, like I said before, I'm going to go over all of the sphere grid changes. Most of them I forgot when I did the last part, so I couldn't really showcase them. But this time I have the changelog next to me, so I can avoid missing stuff. So to begin with, we had the fleet change and the MP nodes change that we saw before. These I already mentioned, but one thing that's pretty interesting is that now every character's grid is separated by level 3 logs. You can see here, you can see here. The only exceptions are from Kimahri's grid to Lulu's, and from Kimahri to Tidus. Everyone else has, you can see the level 3 logs dividing the spaces between Tidus and Yuna, and later on Tidus and Yuna again, and so on. This happens for every character except those two particular cases. I assume it's because Kimahri still has a pretty small own sphere grid, and so if you want to use him during the game, then you need to be able to move him either up to Tidus grid or down in case you want a second mage. Aside from that, pbirdman also changed some things about each character's grid. So for Waka, he said he made some adjustments to some strength and accuracy nodes, but obviously I don't know these values by heart, so I can't really be sure which ones are different unless I have a side-by-side comparison of the vanilla sphere grid and this one. For Yuna, there were also some changes in some magic, agility, and evasion nodes, but again, I have no idea what this means because I don't know the values by heart. For Lulu, we had some changes to magic and evasion nodes, which, like with the others, I can't tell you where they are, but there's something interesting here. So if you know this node, you might know that this used to be double cast, but it's now quick pockets. I don't know if this is a big nerf to Lulu. It depends on how early you can get these spheres, because during the storyline, Lulu is usually a pretty strong powerhouse. She has double cast, she gets the booster cactuar from once in Gagazet, and so she can dish out a lot of damage, but without double cast, probably not quite as much unless there's some compensation buff somewhere else, but I don't know how that's gonna go. Instead, double cast is all the way over here in Yuna's grid near regen, but it's also locked behind 5 level 4 logs, so I don't think you have access to it until much later on than usual. That's the only major change to Lulu, I think. So the only character missing from this change, two characters missing. Oren, he has mostly the same thing with one pretty big change as well. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. This line of nodes used to be, this line used to be entirely empty, but it seems like pbirdman added 1 HP node, 1 MP node, and this is actually a plus 20 MP node. I thought all MP nodes were plus 10, so maybe this is unintended. But the main thing here is this new ability, ejector shot. I have no idea what it does, but making an educated guess from the name, I would assume that it ejects enemies from battle. I don't know what are the odds, what's the chance of it working, how much MP costs. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going from the name alone. Everything else seems to be the same in his grid. And then there's Riku. Ooh, where is she? Should be here. Okay. Riku's grid. I think I mentioned this in the previous video, but this used to be spare change, and now it's Pilfergill. And now spare change is all the way. Where it is? Okay. Spare change is all the way up, down here. In Lulu's grid, next to Bio. And this is a pretty weird, I guess, glitch, kind of. But there's duplicates of these three abilities: Thunder, Pilfergill, and Kiraga. These used to be either empty nodes or blocks, I don't remember. But what this means is we have 3 fewer nodes to work with when we're stat maxing, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's just interesting to see you have the same ability nodes twice in the same grid. Okay, so there was another change. So up here, I think this used to be Pilfergill, and now it's Nabgill, and where spare change is now is where Nabgill used to be initially in the vanilla version. So these 3 were changed around quite a bit, but in the end, unless they were massively buffed, Pilfergill and Nabgill are kind of useless in vanilla FFX, so I have no idea if they were buffed, but otherwise they don't really matter. I think the change is mainly just to keep you from spamming spare change if you run into any wall against an enemy. I think that's it for the sphere grid. I got another sphere level from the piranhas in this side, but nothing fancy. Okay, so I'm in this side and I'm about to do the tutorial fight. I decided to include this because pbirdman just told me that one of the tutorial dingos has an attack that it shouldn't have. Okay, so not this one then. This might be the Dingo
not too shabby. You
in
kept up with him pretty well.
the 3-pin party
Might make a
after
good guardian someday.
the Garudas, but it's okay to include this as well, even though it's just the same as before. I'll just attack this, through it quickly. Still have the Water Flan to go through. Oh, we might actually get a sphere level here and get to the strength node for Titus. That's pretty good. Could help.
That.
Okay.
Told ya. If you can't beat him down, Matt, let's have our black. Lou.
Clueless, aren't
Would be nice if it dropped some water ward or
spells of ice
water
and ice beams. You find
I get fire
But-
and ice.
lightning and water
I
are
mean-
this one here.
basically impossible to happen. It's very, very unlikely. So Just not gonna hope for it. Oh, I was just... Oh! I did get something. Oh, that's pretty funny. Let's see. Water Ward, that's pretty good. Let's equip that. It could be helpful against the underwater sin spawn coming up. I don't know if it still uses Blender or if it's still Water Elemental, but
Take your time.
could still be really helpful in other places as well. Even though
Let's get going,
Yuna
man.
will have the null
gonna wait.
spells eventually, but I mean, elemental protection is still
You
always really good in this game. Okay, I'm gonna save just in case I die to Kimahri. I don't know if he's stronger, but I assume at this point bosses might get a bit tuned up. So let's go. See what happens. Don't have any other equipment. Okay. I do have my overdrive, but I was thinking about it and I might as well just save it for the underwater sin spawn. It should be a bit more difficult than this, even though Tidus is alone here. I still have a lot of potions, so I can just use those. Let's see. Okay, so he used to die in like 6 hits. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, 100 damage, that's not too much. Okay. Oh, does he just use Seed Cannon instead of his regular attack? Okay, does he just use Seed Cannon? Let's keep going. Oh, Aqua Breath, okay. Ah, so the Water Ward would have been nice for Tidus instead. Just use a potion here. Okay, Seed Cannon. So, Aqua Breath, yeah. Okay, so it looks like from the vanilla. I just might need to use a few potions here. Don't know how far away from death he is. But it looks like from the vanilla he just swapped his regular attack turns with Seed Cannon and his jump attack turns with Aqua Breath. He's probably almost dead unless he has more HP. Okay. Just gonna go with another potion here. This isn't too bad. I get the 3 potions in the boat, I assume. So I can stock up to 20 again. Okay, that's that. Still quite a lot more damage than he usually does. Seed Cannon is about twice as strong as his regular attack, and Aqua Breath is stronger than Jump also. So
Kimahri run.
okay, that was interesting.
He's enough.
Not too bad.
Sometimes we don't understand him either.
A
Kimahri
good enough
doesn't talk
jump
much
in
anyway.
difficulty from vanilla.
But
From the
he has
vanilla
protected
game
me
that
since I was
you
a
start
child.
to realize that maybe things are about to change. I got the sphere level, got a metal shield, I'll just equip that. Even though it's not that great, but just go here for the strength nodes. Okay, let's go. Let's see what the Garuda do. Maybe summoning won't be enough to kill it in this version. We'll see. Oh, I forgot to equip the
True.
Rod
Why
of
don't we let our
Wisdom on
summoners-
Yuna, but that's okay. Yuna in here.
Your first real.
Show us what you...
Okay.
Let's see. Wonder if Sonic Wing is still busted. Probably. Okay, does about the same damage as before. Okay, dodge. Oh, that barely charged my overdrive. Let's see what Thunder does. Okay, still about the same. Okay, so I think I can just spam Thunder as I normally do. Oh, wait, I don't have MP. Okay, so I can't spam Thunder as I normally do, but I'll just use it a couple more times. And I'm out of MP. So now I just spam Sonic Wings, I think. Wait. Does this cost MP as well? What the heck? Is that why I didn't have MP? Oh no. Okay, but it's almost dead anyway. I'll check afterwards. So I think I passed 4 Thunders. 4 times 4, 16. And I'm at 2 MP, so 18. So let's see what my MP is like. Okay, so it looks like Sonic Wings might cost 6 MP, unless I forgot about 1 Thunder, but I don't think I did. In any case, I'll just switch walk out. I equip the Rod of Wisdom. It should be good to go. Thank you. Second Garuda now.
I wanna.
Waka, this is...
Wait, why did the text show Withered Bouquet? Oh, that was weird. Just stop walking.
No problem. Say goodnight.
Start detected. Ooh, nice crit. Oh, that didn't blind it. Okay. Okay, but it's still pretty weak, so not really worried about it at all. You just need to switch UNH to get AP. I think I might try to get the killing blow with Titus so that I have increased chance of getting Dark Touch for him, which would be nice. Nothing to worry about too much, but would be interesting to have. Let's see if that works. agility. Don't know if that makes any difference at all. Okay, so this might be the tutorial dingo that pbirdman told me about. He mentioned that he uses a weird attack because it was supposed to be a different enemy that was eventually scrapped, or maybe just postponed, I don't know. Condor, Dingo, wait, he's normal. Oh, maybe I have to let him have a turn. Let's try that. Or maybe it was the other one, and I just didn't let him get a turn. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Fantasy Fang. Poison and darkness. Nice. Okay. That was nice. So it looked like it was just a regular dingo attack, but it inflicts poison and darkness. Okay, so I guess we're done with the beside battles. There was really no point in showing these later ones except for that Fantasy Fang, but it's nice to know that Kimahri was at least quite interesting. I think it's a good change to make him a bit more varied in his attacks from the vanilla game. Just regular attack and jump, which makes sense because when you get Kimahri, he still only has jump. But it's interesting to see him use stronger attacks. Seed Cannon was pretty nice. It's the biggest jump in damage from vanilla. It's twice as much damage compared to a regular attack. And Aqua Breath was decently strong, and it ended up requiring a few potions, maybe 3 or 4 potions. I mean, you could do it without because his HP seems like it's around the same. I'll have a look at it afterwards and put the changes in the description below. But I mean, you could do it if you just use the overdrive and attack, or if you cheer first, or just defend and choose your attacking turns better. You could use fewer potions than I did, but overall it was nice to see. It's a good sign for the upcoming battles, and we'll see how the sin scale fights go. The sin spin and the sin spawn underwater. Those should be interesting, I think, because the sin spawn is always really interesting in most challenges that I do, because you only have Titas and Waka and they're kind of limited in what they can do, but I don't know, I'm just thinking it might be a bit more difficult this time. Alright, I think that's everything for this part. Next part will be those fights on the boat, and then maybe a bit of Kilika. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'll try to get these out as quickly as possible because I'm really excited to play through it, and I'm sure some of you are also quite interested to see what happens in this mod, even if you're not playing through it. So I'll try to get these out to you guys as quickly as possible. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.